Let's go out and play the wild and exciting world of children around the globe. Children in Laos enjoying river fishing and other fun activities. Flower-selling children in the mountain trails of Sri Lanka. The Bulgarian government program for their children. And children playing in the wild plains of Mongolia. Let's jump into the daily lives of the world's children. This is Laos, located in the heartland of Indochina. The gently flowing Mekong River is the lifeblood of the Laotian people. From an early age, Laotian children play in the river and learn how to live in harmony with nature. For the children who don't have many toys, the most popular pastime is fishing in the river.
What is that you have in your hand?
It's a fish spear gun. My dad made it for me to fish.
He doesn't need toys to have fun. A wooden spear gun is all he needs, and the river is his playground.
You keep the fish there?
Yes.
Can you show me how many fish you got in there?
No.
Come on, show me some.
I shouldn't, but...
The boy reluctantly opens his fish basket, but there's only one small fish in it. If it's not fishing, what other pastimes do Laotian children enjoy? All right, here's something. The village children are in the middle of playing a slipper throwing game. Every game has its rules. First, money is collected from everybody.
You tell him. Tell him why we collect money. This is prize money for the winner.
Turns out that you can win money in this game. Then let's sit back and enjoy the slipper throwing game of the Laotian children. Okay, the first thrower. Oh no, it's a miss. Great if you hit the mark, fine even if you don't. The slipper throwing game is a thrilling pastime. Want to play? In another part of the village, children were playing something else. Hey kids, is that the elastic string game you're playing? It's a surprise to see that children in the distant land of Laos enjoy the elastic string game. It looks much simpler because singing songs is not involved, but it's said that the game requires a big amount of physical talent. Okay, here's a demonstration by the village queen of the elastic string game. If you've missed it, here's a replay. Wow, that was some jump.
That was pretty good.
It's no big deal. It's something I do every day and other kids can too. It's just basic stuff.
Really?
Yes.
The pastimes of Laotian children were filled with simplicity. Let's turn our attention to Sri Lanka, the little pearl of Asia, and meet the children of this country. We visited a Sri Lankan home in Colombo at the invitation of one family.
Children, we have guests. Come out and say hello.
At the ladies' call, children come out. Oh, you have so many daughters.
Only these two are mine, and the other girls are their friends.
The girls greeted us with bright smiles and sang a welcome song for us. Little ladies, thank you so much for the welcome song. After the song, the lady walks into a room for something. She told us that she had something to do for her daughter.
My second daughter has been ill, and I've been praying and fasting for the last few days. Today is the most important day of that prayer. When my children are not well, I always pray.
For their children, Sri Lankan mothers do not hesitate to go into days of praying and fasting. And there's food that should be eaten on the last day of praying and fasting. It's a Sri Lankan-style chicken rice porridge. It's very nutritious and one of the favorite dishes of children also.
I'm very good at something. You want to see? What do you think?
Excellent. What's the secret?
Eat a lot of food your mom makes, then you can be as good as me.
After having a great time with the Sri Lankan family, we headed to the mountain plateau region of Nuwara Eliya. While driving uphill, we ran into some boys. Here and there, the boys were busy approaching cars. It turned out they were selling flowers to drivers heading towards Nuwara Eliya.
Get some flowers. They're all fresh.
They were in the business of selling bouquets which they made with wild mountain flowers.
You want to see how we sell flower bouquets?
As soon as he's finished saying that, the boy runs off to somewhere. Hey kid, where are you going? You mean you've got to go up there?
Do I have to follow you up there?
These flower kids have an interesting know-how of their own. To get every chance to sell their flowers, these kids walk up through the mountain to reach the upper part of the winding road.
I'm so used to this place that I know every shortcut in this mountain.
By any chance, if you run into these flower kids when you're in Sri Lanka, please be nice and buy a bouquet for them. Okay, let's check out Bulgaria in southeastern Europe. Bulgaria is a country of simplistic charm. We became curious about the daily lives of Bulgarian children. We decided to meet some of them and see for ourselves. This is Pavlovo, a suburb in Sofia. In town, mothers going on outings with their children were a common sight. But there was one more thing than that. Ma'am, what do you have in that bag?
It's for my baby. Baby food.
As it turned out, the town authority prepares and hands out baby food to mothers. The baby food, high in mineral, is of course free of charge.
It's a government program. Not every town benefits from this program yet. The aim of the government is to ensure health of the nation's children.
Every morning, highly nutritious baby food is carefully prepared. When the food gets ready, it's time for the most important task. Vehicles carrying the baby food get on the road in hurry for delivery. We followed the food-carrying gentleman into a building. Already in the building, many were waiting for the baby food. This is the baby food distribution post. Hello, baby. You came with your mom for your breakfast? For people with babies in this town, it's a morning routine to come here to receive baby food. One thing they don't forget is their baby food rationing note. The baby food is rationed according to the number and the age of babies. Each morning, a day supply of baby food is provided.
You come here every day to get the food?
It's a bit of a hassle coming here every morning, but it's a big help to busy mothers like myself.
We followed the lady to her home where her baby was waiting.
Hello. Say hello.
Oh, so you are one of the kids your country was looking after. The second floor of the home had a simple room for the baby. While we looked around, the mother prepared her baby's breakfast.
This one's for my youngest.
For babies under 12 months, soft baby food is provided. Thanks to the government program, the children of Bulgaria receive a consistent supply of essential minerals and nutrients for their healthy development.
Mom, I'm hungry.
Eat well and grow up healthy, my baby.
The baby seems to like the food very much. Is it good, baby?
She likes the food. It must be tasty to her. My first child liked the food too. The boy grew up eating the government baby food.
Hey, baby, eat well and grow up to be a healthy, strong boy. This is the grassland of Mongolia. Its open and wide scenery makes people feel free more than ever. Imbued with the daunting spirit of their ancestor Genghis Khan the Conqueror. Children of Mongolia live on this grassland wild and free. There can't possibly be a better playground for them than this under the sky. Children play and run wild on their own, but Mongolian parents truly love their kids and are completely devoted to them. A man returning from a hunting expedition showed us something very proudly. It's a sort of groundhog living in Mongolian grasslands called tarvag. Because of its high-quality meat, it's considered the best hunting prize. But there's another reason why they catch tarvags.
I'm going to feed this to the children.
The part he carefully cut out for the children in his neighborhood was the gallbladder of tarvag. To the nomadic people living on grasslands, internal organs of freshly hunted animal is as good as a tonic medicine. And that's why the gallbladder of tarvag, when hunted, always goes to children. Tarvag's gallbladder day is the children's lucky day. Swallow it fast and don't let it get stuck in your throat. Oh, good boy.
It'll cure my stomach ache.
Tarvag day is a feasting day for a whole family. They stuff stones heated from a stove in the meat. In a few minutes, the tarvag dish is ready. In the grassland where food is scarce, dishes like roasted tarvag is considered a delicacy.
Please try it. Doesn't it look delicious?
With the grass as their dinner table, folks gather around for a special meal. Roasted tarvag is one of the favorites regardless of their age.
Our children love tarvag meat.
There's no better food for health than this.
It seems the eating habits of Mongolian children are in perfect harmony with nature and the environment in which they live. Although there aren't any toys for them, they know how to play and have fun in nature. They have different looks and a different way of life, but they all have hope in their pure hearts. The world is a more beautiful place because there are children.
Let's see, listen, and feel the learning trip to Japan. From Japan's special attractions, the bicycle trip, to the surprising transformation of towels, and the making of delicious Japanese noodles. Let's take a trip to Japan for a variety of learning experiences. Osaka, the second largest city in Japan next to Tokyo. Wherever in the city, bicycles are a very common form of transportation. The bicycle has been a life necessity for the Japanese people for a long time. In Japan, there's one bicycle for every 2 persons.
Because of heavy traffic and exorbitant parking fees, most people ride bicycles.
Because of its common usage, most places have a bicycle parking space. The bicycle parking fee is about $1 per day. Major Japanese cities are notorious for the high cost of living, and the bicycle helps people to save their living expenses. The bicycle is also good for the environment and personal health as well. In Osaka, there's even a bicycle theme park, providing activities and displays related to the bicycle. For many children, this park is their favorite place to have fun.
Are you having fun?
I want to come here every day.
This park helps children to become familiar with the bicycle and allows them to get acquainted with aspects like operating brakes and gear shifting.
Hello, mister.
There are many different kinds of bicycles in this park, so kids can learn to ride one without being afraid.
But there's a real reason why this park is loved by children. The bicycle can be modified in many different ways. Along with the one-man bicycle, there's a round bicycle looking like an amusement park ride. The theme park always develops new and unique designs of bicycles.
With used bicycles, I develop interesting looking, fun, and safe bicycles. Kids love to try out my new bicycles.
Okay, let's get out to sea this time. The road bridge of Shimanami is a famous place in relation to the bicycle. The Shimanami Road Bridge connects 9 islands in the Japanese Inland Sea with a series of 10 bridges. The beautiful bridges and the scenery make this area a popular tourist attraction. But it doesn't end there. The 59.4-kilometer long road bridge provides a separate road for bicyclers.
From Ehime Prefecture here, you can go to the Hiroshima Prefecture here on a bicycle.
You can rent a bicycle at a rental post near the bridge. At a cost of only $4, you can rent and enjoy bicycling for up to 12 hours. Crossing the sea on a bicycle is a fantastic and thrilling experience that attracts many tourists to the road bridges of Shimanami. People say it's something that can be only felt by the real experience.
Riding the bicycle next to the sea like this makes me feel so light that it feels like I'm flying. It's simply fantastic.
Meanwhile, next to bicycling, the second attraction of Shimanami lies under the bridges. The inland sea, called the Aegean Sea of Asia, you can experience tidal currents while enjoying the picturesque scenery of the blue sea and surrounding islands. Tidal currents create a whirlpool, and you can have a unique experience of feeling its power on a still boat.
It's a thrilling experience to go past the whirlpool.
After the Shimanami Road Bridge, we visited a towel gallery. This is the only towel gallery in Japan. The adjoining towel plant produces 60% of all towels produced in this country. The gallery's 120-kilometer-long towel production inspection tour attracts a large number of tourists all year round. In this guided tour, people can witness the manufacturing of towels from the cotton spinning process to the actual production of towels.
This is one of the largest towel producing areas. We do our best to make environmentally friendly, high-quality towels that are also good for people's skin.
There's more. Besides the inspection tour, the towel exhibition is also very popular with tourists. Don't underestimate the utility of towels as just something you wipe your face and body with. This exhibition displays art-quality towels that look nothing like towels. From towels designed by Japan's finest artists to smaller pieces, a variety of art-grade towel works are displayed in the exhibition rooms. Beside the exhibition rooms, there's also a shop that sells art-quality towels at discount prices. It's said that tourists usually buy at least 1 or 2 towels before they leave the exhibition. If you want to have the most unique towel that looks totally different from all the others, don't worry. This is the place to visit.
Customers can choose words they like and we embroider them on our towels. You can also choose the font and the color of the letters.
Looks like it's a good opportunity to make this visit to the exhibition a memorable one.
My mother came to mind, so I had the word mother, thank you very much, embroidered on the towel I bought.
At that moment, we noticed the shop clerks were busy doing something.
For Korean viewers, we're preparing a small gift.
To commemorate our visit, they offered to embroider the name of our program on a towel for us. Punch in the letters you want, and the machine automatically does the job.
Okay, here it is.
Ta-da! Wow, it looks wonderful! Meanwhile, the amazing transformation of towels continues. After stepping out of the towel shop, we went to another shop. The shop displays and sells stylish clothes that were made with towel fabrics. We were curious and thought the idea was ingenious.
Let me try this on for you.
Not only the colors, but also their practical designs are said to be very popular with tourists.
It's very stretchy as you can see and it absorbs sweat very well. It's an ideal shirt for summer season.
Yet there's another thing in the towel exhibition that is quite popular. Yet this is it, this small round thing. It slowly emerges out of a plastic covering and becomes larger and larger. Is this a towel too?
You could say it's a portable towel. Because of its small size, it can become quite handy when you're on a trip.
Then let's see how the portable towel is made. After getting folded neatly, it's inserted into a container and hard-pressed by a machine rod into its smallest possible size. This is all it takes to make a portable towel. This is a noodle house where you can taste real traditional Japanese food. As soon as we walked in, we noticed thin noodles of 5 different colors hanging down from a horizontal pole. It was a novel sight.
We've been making noodles with 100% natural and healthy materials for generations in this place. Here, this is the famous 5-color thin noodles of Japan.
We followed the owner upstairs.
This place of pride is for my family.
The owner's family has been making the 5-color noodle for 360 years in the small village of Matsuyama in southern Japan. Tight-stretched, 5-colored noodles were of such quality that they were once presented to an emperor and won his high praise. Made with natural ingredients, their colors as well as unique taste provide customers with special satisfaction. Does he use sea bream as the main ingredient in this famous noodle dish?
Yes, I use sea bream. 5-color noodles go best with sea bream.
Sea bream is the main ingredient. First, holes are made on fat sea breams. Secondly, the sea breams are kept in salt water for a while. Third, a stick is ran through each salted sea bream. And then they're scaled on over heat for a short time. At this stage, it's important to keep the skin of sea bream from getting burned or its shape changed. Next, the sea breams are boiled in sake and sugar, added soy sauce. Now comes the core stage of his presentation. He boils the 5-color noodles on a strong fire for a few minutes. When the noodles become transparent, that's the sign that they've been boiled to right degree. At this moment, the noodles are taken out and washed in cold water. Then they're put on a dish with the prepared sea bream. Each year, about 2 million tourists come to Matsuyama. It's said that the trip to Matsuyama is never complete without tasting this renowned dish. So here is the complete dish of sea bream noodles, the most famous traditional dish of Matsuyama.
Now I'm going to make a sauce that will go with the sea bream noodles.
The sauce is prepared with oceanic bonito boiled water and soy sauce used in boiling sea bream. There is a correct way of enjoying the sea bream noodles. You eat noodles and sea bream after dipping them in the sauce first.
I love the taste of soft noodles with soy-sauced sea bream.
Okay, we have learned how the sea bream noodles are made. Let's learn how to make noodles themselves. This is a noodle making class, which is becoming increasingly popular in Japan. Japanese love noodles, and people can learn here everything there is to know about making noodles from molding, cutting to preparing real noodle dishes. It's popular with children since they can actually have their hands in making of noodle dishes. It's fun.
I like cooking because I get to use all of my 5 senses.
Japan has a very well-developed food culture, and it's easy to find cooking classes as this is this country. Cooking classes are also useful in teaching the younger generation about Japan's cultural heritage and traditions.
Now that they know what it's like to prepare dishes, the children seem to enjoy foods even more.
Because of such effects, most parents are sending their kids to cooking classes. Cooking classes where children and their parents can learn together are gaining even bigger popularity.
My family comes to the class once a week.
It's time to taste the noodle dishes they prepared for themselves. Since the dishes are a work of their own, they seem to enjoy them even more.
This class is really fun.
I want another bowl.
It's so delicious.
In Japan, you can learn and experience anything and everything. And in their endeavor to learn and to experience, one can sense their positive attitude and their desire to improve and enrich their lives.
You really eat that stuff? Shocking snacks around the world. From the delicious and very nutritious fried grasshoppers in Mexico, to the best delicacy in Laos, ants' eggs, and from the insect dish of Thailand, to creepy tamaluks of Palawan in the Philippines. Hey everybody, how about giving them a try, huh? Mexico, the land of passion in Central America. Sitting on a high plateau, Mexico is a nation represented by desert cactus and the large sombrero hat. Mexico is home of the Mayan and Aztec civilization, and half of its population is a crossbred between Spanish and native Indians called mestizo. Mexico's food culture is as diverse as its people's racial origin. To find more about foods in Mexico, we visited one of their marketplaces. Reflecting on the saying that Mexicans eat 5 meals a day, the marketplace was full of fruits, meat snacks, and other foods. Walking around the marketplace, we noticed people buying and eating something on the streets here and there. Are they some sort of nuts? Oh, they're Mexican's own chapulines, the fried grasshoppers.
It's nice and salty. It's very good. You should try it.
Grasshoppers were traditional snacks of the native Indians. Fried with salt and lemons, grasshoppers are still a popular snack for Mexican people. They're sold in great quantities in the marketplace. High in protein, grasshoppers are considered to be a nutritious snack. Then what do foreigners think about eating grasshoppers?
It tastes better than it looks.
What does it taste like? Good?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, let's go to Laos in the heart of Indochina. This is an old-fashioned marketplace in the capital city of Vientiane. The place looks not much different from other marketplaces in the countryside. Wait a second, what are those wriggling things you got in there? What are they? They look very familiar. Yes, they're insects, aren't they? Looks like these insects are enjoyed by Laotian people as snacks. Among many insects they sell at the marketplace, the most popular one is ants' eggs. They're so popular that they're sold out as soon as they're put out on the stall.
You don't know how popular they are. People always want more than I have.
Everybody in Laos knows how nutritious and tasty these ants' eggs are. But hey, where do they get all these eggs? To get these eggs, one has to go out to the countryside. As soon as we arrived, we luckily met some village women who were out to collect the ants' eggs. Okay, let's sit back and watch how they collect ants' eggs. These women make a living out of catching insects and collecting ants' eggs. Since they're professionals, they know where to look. One of the women soon points to the top of the tree. It looks like they found their prize. The woman starts her job with an insect net attached to a pole that looks no less than 5 meters in length. After getting the net close to a suspected ant's nest, she begins to shake the branch. It looks like things are falling into her nest. After 20 minutes of hard work under the blazing sun, how much ants' eggs does she succeed in collecting? Let's take a look as she empties her net. Oh, it seems she has collected quite an amount.
We don't need these red ants. What we want is their eggs.
Sometimes red ants are used in herbal medicine, but in Laos, they take only the ants' eggs.
It's a big hassle to get rid of all these ants.
While 2 women do their work, the red ants can cause quite an irritation by crawling under their clothes. Because of the ants crawling all over their body, they frantically scratch itchy parts of their skin. Red ants usually leave on their own after the eggs are mixed with wheat flour and kept under the sun for a while.
When the red ants are gone, we're going to make a delicious dish with these eggs. It's really simple to prepare.
Ants' egg dish is prepared by adding some fish sauce and lemon juice. After a bit of mixing, the dish is ready to be served.
Don't they look delicious? It's the best.
In the countryside where there are few choices of food, ants' eggs can be an excellent snack for these villagers.
I can make a fried egg with these ants' eggs.
Ants' eggs are mixed with chicken egg before being fried in an oiled pan. That's about all it takes. Insects are a bit foreign to us, but they're very much valued in Laos as a health food and source of protein.
Oh, I love it. There's no better health food than this. You should try it.
In terms of turning insects into popular snacks, Thailand doesn't fall behind. This is a nocturnal marketplace in a downtown area of Bangkok. In one corner of the marketplace, a number of people are eating something with a curious look on their faces. They seem to be hesitant at first before they decide to take a bite.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Hey, look at this.
How do they eat this stuff?
What they are looking at are none other than fried insects. This is a sort of fast food snack bar specializing in fried insects, one of Thailand's tourist attractions. They've got a whole range of insects we can't even imagine. The insects are fried with sugar, salt, soy sauce, herbs, and other various cooking ingredients. It's a popular franchise in Thailand.
If you can only put aside your prejudice against insects, they can be quite tasty snacks. To make customers more comfortable, we do our best to make the snack bar as clean and neat as possible.
Aided by their effective marketing strategy, insect snacks are gaining popularity. Instead of people passing by the bar with a disgusted look, more people buy these fried insects.
I don't care how good they are. How can people eat these things?
100 grams of these fried insects are sold at about $1.25. People first approach the bar with much apprehension, but the taste of fried insects is good enough to turn their views. Fried insects are being accepted as quality snacks by more and more people in Thailand.
What do you think?
They're tastier than I thought. I also like the crunchy feeling.
I like them. I think I'll come back for more.
Intrigued by people's favorable opinions, we decided to visit an insect frying factory. When we arrived, they were getting ready to process frozen insects. They usually have live insects frozen as soon as they get them. Is this supposed to be in here? In this factory, a variety of insects and bugs ranging from poisonous scorpions to crickets, maggots, and giant water bugs are fried.
You can get rid of the scorpion's poison by frying it, so nothing to worry about.
The first step of the whole process starts with cooking insects in boiling water. This step is necessary to unfreeze insects and for sanitary purposes. After getting boiled, insects are fried in oil. By getting them fried, insects become tasty and crunchy, making them more approachable to customers. Frying also helps to remove the unsavory smell of insects.
Take a look. Don't they look just like other crunchy snacks? There's not much difference in taste, too. They don't have a bad smell just because they're insects.
After frying, insects are added with various seasoning agents. It's true that the insects do not produce any taste on their own. Meanwhile, a man steps into the scene. He's the #1 expert in making fried insects.
Why don't you begin?
Nicknamed Bug Master, the man is famous for eating a handful of bugs in the shortest time possible.
I don't know about other things, but when it comes to eating bugs, no one can beat me.
For our crew, the man gladly agreed to show us his talent in a bug-eating demonstration.
Start!
He promised to eat 250 grams of grasshoppers in 5 minutes. With unbelievable speed, the man chews down large-sized fried grasshoppers. Beginning his bug-eating career at the age of 7, the man is secure in his belief that the fried insects are the best food in this world.
4 minutes and 38 seconds!
In 4 minutes and 38 seconds, the man is done with his demonstration.
The more I eat them, the more I love them. They're very good for the health, too.
Leaving behind Thailand, we headed to the Philippines. This is Palawan Island in the southwestern part of the country. Islands in this area are heavily wooded and are without open lands. For this reason, they mostly remain undeveloped and untouched. By the way, there's a very famous product in Palawan Island. It's the thing that the man is picking up with his chopsticks. It may look weird and creepy, but it's widely considered as one of the best health foods by the men on this island. It's even shown in the invigorated look on the man's face.
Eating this makes me feel much stronger and energized. It's a real delicacy.
To find out what exactly the thing is, we headed into the jungle.
Look over there. That's the mangrove tree, the most common tree on this island.
We were told that Tamaluks have a deep connection to mangrove trees. After a few minutes, we arrived at a mangrove garden. The place is one of the island's tourist sites set up by local authorities. Mangrove trees are known to breathe through their roots. By the way, why do they have so many holes on them?
I'll show you what the holes are for by hacking the tree. Take a look.
The much sought-after health food Tamaluks live inside the mangrove tree.
Wow. It looks delicious.
Hey, mister, are you really going to eat that thing? Oh my God!
I know it doesn't look right, but once you swallow it, you feel much stronger.
Tamaluks living in mangrove trees and people eating them, yes, there's definitely a thing called cultural difference. Because food was scarce, indigenous people of this island ate Tamaluks, and through generations, the habit set in as a tradition.
This thing here is the Tamaluk's tooth. Tamaluk's move through trees by making holes with their tooth.
It looks a bit distasteful, but we are told that it has a similar taste to oysters.
I love it. Oh, Palawan Tamaluk is the best.
Is there anything in this world people won't eat? They may look weird and creepy, but they're the best snacks and foods to people in some parts of the world. If we can put aside our prejudice, we may be able to discover different cultures in the things other peoples eat.
The train is the most common form of transportation for 1 billion Indians, but getting on a train in India is not easy. It takes 2 days to get a ticket and 4 days of waiting until you get aboard. Train travel in India is not a quiet affair. Bustling with people and the noises they make, there are tons of novel stories in and out of the trains they ride. And the things are not much different in neighboring Bangladesh. Stealing a ride with getting caught is the norm in this country. Let's jump into the crazy world of train travels in the two countries. India is a country where the past exists side by side with the present. 1/3 the size of the US, India has a population of 1 billion. 1 in every 6 human beings on this planet lives in India. This is the New Delhi train station. On the combined mileage of 60,000 kilometers long tracks, 11,000 trains transport 90 million people each day in India. The New Delhi station plays a central role in this enormous operation. In this vast country, the train is one of the most crucial means of mass transportation to the 1 billion people of India. For this reason, there's always a war going on in front of the ticketing booth with people who are desperate to get a train ticket.
I just bought a train ticket. I've waited hours from early this morning to get this. But I consider myself lucky.
Among 7,000 train stations in India, the New Delhi station is one of the busiest.
I was looking at the next train schedule.
Unfortunately, train delays occur all the time, and travelers have no qualms about squatting in the middle of the busy station.
I've already waited 10 hours for my train. I guess I'll have to wait until tomorrow.
Meanwhile, some very flashy things here and there caught our attention. I wonder what these are for. Standing on the foothold, the man inserts a 1 rupee coin to receive a small paper note. 47? What does that mean?
This is a weighing machine. If you insert a coin, the machine tells you how much you weigh.
Finding out your weight costs about 2.5 cents.
It may not look like it, but this thing is very accurate. Watch me try.
We were told that getting your weight measured is something that Indians can do only in train stations. The lucky travelers who succeeded in getting tickets hurry to platforms to board their train. On one side of the platform, people wait for something in line. As it turned out, the people were waiting for their turn to get their bottles filled with water. The place is a sort of spring for train passengers. Because of the long journeys they have to take, bottles of water become a necessity.
It takes a whole day to get where I'm going, so I need to carry some water with me in case I get thirsty.
As usual, train delays wear people down on the platform. At last, a train pulls into the platform. Then suddenly, a group of men starts sprinting toward the arrived train. After getting on the train, with their best speed, some men come out with big luggage. Running out of ways to carry luggage, some even move the luggage on his head. What's going on here?
I have to move all the luggage out before the train leaves.
By the way, what's wrong with this guy? He's got nothing.
Oh, they were faster than me, so I didn't get any customers.
Then you have to wait until another train pulls in?
Yes, and stop bothering me. I'm really pissed.
The men in red shirts turned out to be porters. Only the porters with round tag on his arm are allowed to remove the passenger's luggage out of the train at a charge. Usually, they have only 10 minutes to do their job before the train leaves.
This is not something anyone can do. You've got to have this license to work as a porter in the train station.
Meanwhile, another novel scene takes place around the time of boarding. In third-class cars, there are no designated seats, so passengers literally fight their way on board to secure a seat for themselves before others do.
Please let me through.
Let me get off first.
Because of long-distance travel, there are wild variations in the quality of passenger cars. The third-class cars, used by most travelers, are only equipped with small and hard seats. And moving between cars is impossible.
You can't move between cars. If you unluckily get on a car with no seat left, you're stuck and have to travel on your feet until the next stop.
Train travel usually takes more than a day in India. It's not a pleasant experience to travel 10 to 20 hours stuck in the cramped space of the passenger car. Because of the seat shortage, the luggage shelf is often occupied by children.
We're all one family. I have 7 children.
I got 3 up here, 2 over there, and kids in front of me.
You're really something else, honey.
I'm fine sitting up here. I'm just happy to travel with my family.
How about snacks? Don't Indian people like to eat snacks during the train travel?
Snacks!
While traveling on the train, Indians like to eat roasted beans.
I got delicious beans. Beans. Would you like a plate?
Okay, give me one.
The beans are roasted on charcoal fire and served with lemon juice sprinkled on them.
Very good. I love it. It's delicious.
The roasted beans are one of the popular snacks on board the train, and they're enjoyed by everybody regardless of age. A plate of beans costs 10 cents. Don't forget to try them when you're in India.
I always eat them when I'm on the train.
This time we headed to neighboring Bangladesh. Let's find out what it's like to travel by the train in this country. As soon as we landed, we went to a train station in the capital city of Dhaka. But trains and railroads were nowhere to be seen. The station looked more like a marketplace. We were told that this is one of the most popular marketplaces in Bangladesh.
Fruits are very fresh in this marketplace, so I come here every day.
Suddenly, air in the marketplace took a sharp turn. For some unknown reason, merchants begin to move in a hurry to fold their tents and pull in their stools.
Get out of the way, hurry!
What's going on here? As it turned out, the marketplace was sitting on a railroad track, with trains running right through it several times a week. It should be quite unnerving to strangers, but people here go right back to business and put up their tents as if nothing happened.
Since we know when the trains come, they're not much of a danger to us.
This is Kumalapur train station in Dakar. As in India, trains are an important part of Bangladeshi mass transportation. From kids selling water to long-distance travelers, to men selling cigarettes apiece. And snacks and food, all kinds of peddlers crowd the platform. One of the more popular snacks is zalmuri. Zalmuri is made by breaking fried noodles to little pieces and seasoning them with various ingredients. Lastly, lemon juice is added and mixed. Then they're sold on a piece of paper at a cost of 60 cents.
It's very good. Try it. It's very tasty.
Okay, let's get on the Bangladeshi train. The inside of the passenger car reminded us of the trains from the 1970s. And the man checking the passenger's ticket was also a familiar scene. But we were told that stealing a train in Bangladesh is a common occurrence.
About 100 people a day get on board without a ticket.
Soon after, a ticket man caught a freeloader.
Please give me a break.
This is not the first time I caught you.
I had a really bad business day. Come on, buddy. Give me a break.
No, I can't. You'll have to pay for your ticket.
Oh, look at this. His wallet's loaded with money. No more stealing rides, okay? Okay, you won.
Because of poor track conditions, train in Bangladesh have to slow down at many points along their service route. And this gives freeloaders their chance to jump onto the train. Despite the possibility of accidents, people eagerly take the chance to enjoy a free ride. A few minutes later, rain begins to fall. Sudden showers are common in this country. It can come and go several times a day.
Hey, guys, are you all right?
Though soaked by the sudden shower, they answer back with bright smiles. The world can be a fun place. Carrying the hopes and dreams of ordinary folks, the trains continue to run. Fascinating India and Bangladesh. Perhaps riding their trains is the best way to learn about the two countries and the people.